Let's go to the full summary of One Piece chapter 1144. Ready? Then let's go, right after the intro. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. And before we dive into the content, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell. That way, you won't miss a thing. And without further ado, let's jump into the content of this video. This chapter has 15 pages. Chapter 1144 is titled Warrior Time. Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage, Volume 29 says, liberating Minamoto the Carpenter and the girls. Yamato and Tama have defeated Who's Who's gang. Tama is now with Minamoto, who is crying, and Yamato, who has recovered Yasui's sword, is talking with the girls. The chapter begins with Franky and Ripley, who arrive at a strange building that seems to have been built from the remains of a gigantic ancient robot. The top of the building looks like the robot's head. The entire place is surrounded by plants. Franky says, "What is this building? It screams science!" "Aha, you're a cyborg, so I knew this place would excite you more than anyone." Franky says, "Why does something like this exist in a nation of warriors?" Lilith and Bonnie greet Franky from the building. Bonnie says the inside is amazing. Ripley explains that the ancient robot is over 3,000 years old. Cut to the forest, we see giants fighting against the monster Dragger. Brooke wonders if that monster is a giant version of himself. The giants from the village don't allow the Straw Hat crew to fight since they are guests. Colin is also not allowed to join the battle. Nami calls Jarl and takes him to the injured giant guards, telling him about the intruders in the castle. Jinbe says, "If we encounter any strange phenomenon in this world, it's best to assume it's the work of devil fruits." "Warn the entire country that 2 human intruders have infiltrated us," Brooke says. "Wait, based on how many strange things are happening, we should assume there could be more than 2. Nami says she won't forgive anyone trying to kidnap children. Usopp also offers to fight alongside the giants, but says it in a lower voice, lol. But Jarul once again forbids them from joining the battle. Then the Straw Hat crew sees Colin carrying his things into his small Sval. Colin says they can travel on his ship, but he has to be the captain. The group accepts the offer, and Colin sails with Usopp, Jinbe, Nami, and Brooke aboard his Sval. Colin says, "Set sail, Colin pirates." Cut to the forest. We see that the God's Knights are still seated at a luxurious table, is listening to music with headphones with the letters TD on them, while the announcement from the giants echoes throughout the country. Giants say, "To everyone in the solar world of Elbaf, we have identified the presence of humans other than the Straw Hat crew at Orist Castle. We can clearly determine that they are our enemies." Gihaha, Gunko is doing her after-meal ritual again. This isn't a ritual, it's just my personal preference. Carrying something you like around with you isn't a bad thing. What was your favorite song again? Gihaha, are you unhappy with the current state of our world? Killingham says, "Summers, it's not nice to judge people's preferences." Ah, my bad. And look, those grown-ups over there are putting in quite the effort. Cut to the walrus school. Saul stands in front of the line of children, holding 2 shields in his hands to avoid being stabbed by the invisible thorns while trying to stop them. "I can't let you go any further." "You can do it, Saul." "It looks like you're following the directions of this weird cloth, but it's pointing straight into the flames. It's certain death if you continue. I will stop you no matter what." The first girl stops when she touches one of the shields. However, the second child in line collides with her, and both end up being pricked by invisible thorns, screaming in pain. Saul, Robin, and Chopper are in shock. Saul then decides to use a rope to pull the kids at the back of the line, one by one, but suddenly he is attacked by the monster Fenrir. It seems the monsters are guarding the children and will not allow anyone to stop them. Cut again to the village and the forest. The giants finally defeat the Dragger monster, but with great difficulty. Suddenly, more monsters appear and attack them. And then, in the epic final double spread of the chapter, the giant warrior pirates arrive at the forest flying on the great Eric. Dory and Brogy destroy 3 monsters, the dragon, the bearded giant, and the monster with a hat, with a single powerful attack. Dory and Brogy say, Hakoku sovereignty. Giant warrior pirates say, Great Eric, the pirate ship, now in Sval edition. Just you wait, monsters on the island, we're coming for you. Skopper Gabon is together with the giant warrior pirates on the ship. He's holding an axe in one hand and a bottle of sake in the other. Gabon is ready to fight. Gabon says, I don't get why you guys had to get sober. Giants in the forest say, oh, it's the bosses. No, it's the giant warrior pirates. Brogy says, sorry we're late. It's such a waste to do this, but we threw up all the booze. We will take care of all the monsters. You guys handle the children. Giants in the forest. What? Yasan, the mountain eater. No one can take down that ship. Gavin says, foo-foo. Editor's comment says, in a moment of desperation, the left hand of the pirate king appears. End of the chapter. And that was the full summary of One Piece chapter 1144. If you enjoyed the video, leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell. That way you won't miss anything. Thanks for watching the video. See you next time, and valeu.